What up, Smooth Skins and Mungos? So Nuts here, and in this video I'm going to be showing off the character build that I will be using for my first playthrough of Fallout 4. Now, this took some time to put together. It was really difficult choosing where I wanted to put my special stats because each special stat has 10 perks under it, and each one of the perks are awesome. And it was really hard trying to figure out which perks would benefit me more, which perks would suit my type of playthrough. And the thing that made it even harder is some of the perks we still don't even know the names of. Some of the perks we still don't even know exactly what they do. But after about an hour of deliberating with myself, I figured, you know what, this is gonna be my setup right here. 1 towards luck, agility 3, intelligence 4, charisma 4, endurance 3, perception 4, and strength 9. Now you may be wondering why strength gets the most points. The reasoning for that is I want to have a melee oriented character. I'm going to be crafting awesome melee weapons, and I'm going to be using melee weapons as much as possible. Power fist, barbed wire baseball bats, swords, machetes, golf clubs, maces, whatever I can find in the world. I'm going to be using those as much as possible. Now I know I'm going to have to use guns eventually. You're not going to be able to just go through this whole game killing everything you come across with a melee weapon, because some enemies are going to be really hard and you're going to have to shoot them bitches from a distance with a machine gun, sniper rifle, or a fat man. But for the most part, I'm going to try and have a melee oriented character, especially early on in the game when you're probably coming across, not so difficult individuals like raiders and rad scorpions and mole rats and whatnot. Second reason I put 9 towards strength is I want to be able to hoard as many items as possible. I don't want to have to drink 5 Nuka-Colas to make room for a specific item. I don't want to have to drop other items to make room for another item like I used to have to do in Fallout 3. So I made sure that strength is high so I can hoard that shit and have enough items to craft badass weaponry. Alright, so I put 4 towards perception because I want to be able to have the awareness perk, because that shows the damage resistance and the level of the enemies when you're using VATS. So that would definitely come in handy. And I also want this perk, the Code Breaker. It's going to make it a lot easier to crack safes. That way I don't screw up a safe and then potentially miss out on some goodies inside of the safe. So that's why I put 4 towards that. I put 3 towards endurance. That way I could raise my hit points a little. And also, that's basically it, because I don't really care for the Life Giver perk. I don't really care for the Lead Belly perk. I'll definitely use the Toughness perk to make my character a little bit more badass in the Wasteland, but the main reason I put 3 towards endurance was just to raise my hit points a little bit. Now charisma, the reason I put 4 towards charisma was because I wanted the attack dog perk, because I plan to have Dogmeat as my companion really early on in the game, and it looks like we're going to be able to get Dogmeat really quickly after watching the E3 demo. And the reasoning is they show you come out of the vault, and right there, that is the Red Rocket gas station, and that's where you end up finding Dogmeat. So soon as I exit the vault, instead of exploring anywhere else, I think what I'm going to do is head straight for that Red Rocket gas station, just so I can meet up with Dogmeat, take him on as my companion. That way I can use this perk to my advantage. Now the Lone Wanderer perk, I don't really think I'm going to use that perk during this playthrough, because like I said, I plan on having Dogmeat pretty much the whole playthrough. I might switch up for Piper or one of the other dozen companions throughout the game, but for the most part Dogmeat is going to be by my side. So that's the only reason I put 4 towards charisma. If Attack Dog would have been up here in place of the Cap Collector, I would have only put 1 point towards charisma, but gots to have the Attack Dog perk. So I put 4 towards intelligence because I want to be able to modify my guns and make them as badass as possible. And I want to also be able to hack terminals without the possibility of having them locked down and be unhackable. Like what happened to me a lot in Fallout 3 during my first playthrough back in 2008, because I was trying to hack fucking computer terminals, and I'd freaking click this, click this, click this. I'd get too confident, I'd lock myself out, and I'd be like, shit, missed out on some awesome information. So I'm gonna make sure that doesn't happen by choosing the hacker perk. So I put 3 towards my agility, that way I can raise my action points that I start off with a little. And I also want the sneak perk. Now, I'm a big fan of being stealthy in video games, and even though stealth really wasn't very useful in Fallout 3 or New Vegas, I'm pretty sure they upped the ante in Fallout 4, and it's going to be a much more viable option. Now, sneaking while I have Dogmeat with me, it's probably not going to be a good idea, so when I am sneaking, I'm probably going to have to tell Dogmeat wait here, or just, you know, abandon him somewhere. But that's the reason I put 3 points towards my agility, and I only put 1 towards luck because I don't want luck defining my character. I'd rather all my other stats define my character. I mean, in real life my luck is 0, but hey, you can't have 0 points towards your special stats. You got to start off with at least 1. So I'm not even going to use this perk here. There would be no luck perks being used throughout this playthrough, at least for the first like 50 to 100 hours. I mean, that may change, but yeah, there you have it. That is the character build I will be using for my first playthrough of Fallout 4. Now, this first playthrough is going to be done specifically for YouTube, but I'm also going to be doing another playthrough that's going to be specifically for my Twitch stream. Now, the first playthrough, I'm going to choose the male protagonist. During my Twitch stream, I'm going to choose the female protagonist, and that's going to switch things up a bit. Now, instead of having the same exact points towards all my stats, they're going to be mixed up. So for my second playthrough as the female, 2 towards strength, 1 towards perception, 8 towards endurance, because she's going to be a cannibal. The first perk I'm choosing at the beginning of my playthrough as the female is going to be the cannibal perk. She's going to be a seductive cannibal. She's going to lure dudes in. She's going to talk all sexy to them, get their hopes up, kill them, and get them munching away. And it's also going to unlock the marine girl perk. That way she's also going to be a fast swimmer. She's going to be able to stay underwater and explore longer. And she's also going to be able to kick more ass while fighting giant squids and mirelurks and whatever else is lurking beneath the waters. And she's also going to be rad resistant. Rads ain't going to be fucking with her. She's going to be tough as nails. I only put 1 towards charisma. I put 3 towards intelligence. I put 7 towards agility because I want her to have these 3 perks right here. The action girl perk, the finesse perk. Well, I don't know if it's really going to be called the finesse perk or not, but that's what I'm assuming. And then the ninja perk, because I think all 3 of those perks are going to be badass. And then I put 6 towards her luck. The main reason for that is I want to unlock this one because I'm really interested to see what the hell that is, because it just looks hilarious. And she's also going to have the mysterious stranger, and she's also going to have better criticals. So that is going to be my second playthrough as the female, first playthrough as the male. So what about you guys? What are your first character builds going to be? Just leave them in the comment section below and we'll talk about them. I'll see you guys on the next video. Sayonara, Wastelanders.